But anyway, we did 2 seasons, and believe it or not, they bought it in England, and they did it as a teenage show. Instead of adults, they used teenage kids doing, wanting to be a superhero. But that was the end of it. I haven't heard any more about it. It may be revived someday, but we're so busy with other things that we haven't got time to think about it. Was I surprised about what? Other famous people are starstruck by me? I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, he said like President Obama was a big fan of.
Oh, well, what's surprising about that? No, it's a funny thing. I have photos in my office of me with President Reagan, with Clinton, and with Bush. I'll tell you a funny thing about Bush. The photo of Bush and me, we're both laughing. We're standing there laughing at the, facing the camera. And the reason why, he gave me some sort of an award. Before he gave it to me, he gave one to this actress, Olivia de Havilland, who used to star with Errol Flynn in all those movies. And he kissed her on the cheek when he gave it to her. She's now an old lady. Not that I'm a young man, but anyway, he kissed her on the cheek. So then he gave me my little award, and I said to him, I'm not going to have to kiss you, am I? And we both started laughing, and the cameraman caught it, and it's really a great photo. So that was, how did I get on that subject? Oh, good. If I could write any Disney character, who would I think? Man, I love them all, but I'd love to do a Pirates of the Caribbean, because they probably figure there's nothing left to do, but I'd figure something out. Hey, good to have you here. I'm in trouble. How do I feel about what? I don't know, it seems a little bit strange to me, but I gotta tell you, he's a great actor and has a terrific personality, and he's very smart. Now, so I think he'll do a good job. How they're gonna work him being the Torch and Captain America, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the producer. I can't really, there's no way to answer that, because all 3 of them were wonderful, are geniuses. I mean, Ditko is still with us. Kirby, nobody could do an action strip the way he could, and nobody could dream up incredible characters and the way they should look the way he did. Ditko was a master at doing simple little believable things and giving them an edge to them. And Buscema was like, he was like the Michelangelo of artists. He was, as an artist, he was probably the best artist in the comic book business. I mean, he drew like an old-time illustrator. You'd find his stuff on the Citadel, not the Citadel one. Well, you know what I meant, and if I don't know, it doesn't matter. In Rome, whatever that is. But all 3 of them had their own good points and no bad points, really. And we had other good artists too. But I was the luckiest guy in the world, because I could write anything, and these artists would make it look good, because it looked better than it really was, because they illustrated these things so well. They were all magnificent, really. I've heard the word superhero. How did you like playing the mayor in Superhero Squad? Oh, I love being the mayor of the Superhero Squad, but I'm very offended that they didn't have him look like me. See, I think what happened was they just drew a mayor, and that was the character. And then later they said, hey, let's get Stan to do the voice. And they didn't want to redraw the mayor, because that would have cost a lot of money. I was very annoyed about that.
How have conventions changed over the past years, and what aspects of conventions that have changed are you a fan of, and what things that have changed that you don't like?
Well, the thing I'm not a fan of is the fact that the conventions are so big and sprawling that if I have to be over here at 10 o'clock, I've got to be over there at 10:30, and it's impossible to get there in a half hour from the too far away. But the big way that conventions have changed is years ago when they first started, it was 1 million kids running around, wild and having a great time. And they were all under the age of 14 usually. And occasionally a few adults who were the parents who got stuck because there was nobody else able to babysit the kids. Now, it's all grown-ups, and occasionally a few kids because the grown-up had nobody to leave the kid with. It's very funny. But I gotta tell you, the enthusiasm of the fans has not changed. It's always been great. It's always been fun to come and talk here, and I just love the conventions. I wish there was more time to spend with them, but it's so great to be in a business where you do something and where people really seem to enjoy your work, and I think of that a lot. I think if you were a shoemaker, or you were a clerk in a grocery store, or, you know, almost any job, people don't have conventions about what you do, and they don't tell you, boy, I like that pair of shoes you did, or you sold me that box of Cracker Jack, thanks a lot. But we're very lucky in this business that people like you seem to care about what we do, and you let us sit up here and make fools of ourselves for a little while, and thank you.